So what did we learn in the second third of the form? So we have Fook Sau, we have Pak, we have Jing Jung. So let's start off with Fook, okay? And we're gonna go from there. Fook Sau is not an easy technique to understand because Fook Sau, of course, one, needs a partner. That's one. Two, Fook Sau has several hands. I'm going to show this. And then I want you to go back and follow exactly what I say, okay? This is Fook Sau number one. At least the first Fook Sau that I'm showing. It is a snake fist style Fook Sau, okay? You use the bottom of that palm and this part of the thumb, and you set it. Anytime a person moves, if they go to the outside of that, you can move with it, turn it into another hand. If it goes like to this edge right here, now you're doing Bu Sau. If you're right here, you go to this end, that nothing, either one, you can keep it as Fook, or two, if it comes in that point, now you're doing Bu Sau. If you're doing this and they go downward trying to attack, you don't turn it into Gum Sau. If you do this and they try to go upward, let them go upward, just punch. If they have a technique right here and they try to go upward, let them go upward. Just punch straight on and send them out. So Fook Sau is your filling hand. It's your feather hand. It's a set crane technique. It is one of the softest techniques in the entire Wing Chun system. So if I have my hand there, it allows me to feel for everything that's going on, okay? Also, when you do this, you can always use these last two fingers to do this and lightly touch. So if they do go outward, you'll know. If they go this way, you'll know. You don't have to use your eyes. But you can also, in the highest sense of mastery, just have your hands straight, lie like a palm on top of their arm, and have the technique be as soft as a leaf. As soft as a leaf. So that's one, okay? The second is going to use really truly the same kind of idea, except it's using this part of the hand downward towards pinky, and that's this Fook. So we have the snake fist Fook, we have the crane feather Fook, which has zero energy in it. I can smack it and it's just worthless. You know, at least it acts like it's worthless. Excuse me. So I got the hand set. The punch, if I was covering the punch, is mainly on wrist. Wrist and forearm, just this tiny bit. Let me go do it this way. It's basically this tiny bit, and I have it set. And I'm not using any energy. Why am I not using any energy or going zero energy? It's because then if something wants to come on this side, I can come up and deal with this side. Use this Bu Sau. Punch. If I'm like this, if something comes on this side, I can come this side, go on this side, and it's Jom Sau now. Jom Sau being the sub G Sau part, one of the 4 jet Saus, which I'll do a video about that in a bit. Okay? So I can have this technique. If they go downward, Gum Sau. If they're right here, roughly on my palm, right here, Gum Sau. So I can Gum Sau the technique. If they try to slip and come up, I could do high ton, or I could just allow them to go up and I just go ahead and punch on. From this Fook, I could just punch straight. And that'd be the fastest technique in a straight line, knocking them back. So realize that point. I haven't diverted from the skill. I haven't diverted from that truth that the fastest attack, especially with a curve or anything, straight line. Straight line centered down the center of mass. My center to their center. Second center line. My center to their center. You know, knocking into their center, and then their center of mass makes them fly back. Or even that I could get them just to move back several paces, then knock so far back they either hit their back on the wall or they have to stumble, try to regain their ground and come back and attack me if they're going to attack me. Please understand that. So from that point, this is Feather Fook, zero energy. This is Snake Hand Fook. I'm trying to use zero energy, but to keep the fingers straight, it's not going to be absolutely at zero. It's going to be lightly touching 1 to 2 levels of energy right here. And I'm especially concentrating on these first 2 fingers when it comes to setting this technique, because it's right here. I'm just like this. Snake Fist Kung Fu. I actually have a background in it. Third is what you see if you go to William Chung's traditional Wing Chun system, Grandmaster William Chung's TWC system. I'm not a disciple of theirs, but I realize the goal. I realize what they're doing. They're doing Wing Chun just like I'm doing Wing Chun. They may have their different methodologies, but in the end, Wing Chun. That's it. So they do Crane's Beak Fook. And actually, in all truth and fairness, I learned Crane's Beak Fook and the Crane's Feather Fook from my teacher, Sifu Courtney. We learned both ways. So right here, I'm using more the Crane's Beak Fook. These last 2 fingers is going to be touching on their arm with their fist here. And then that's my Crane's Beak Fook. It has the most energy because I'm actually keeping a bend here and focusing this angle of this Fook. I can easily turn this into a fist and punch straight, and there's the energy. The energy is going to be there to punch straight and punch outward. I have this technique. If something goes down here, I can Gum Sau. If they come out and around here, I can jump Sau, or I could decide to just go straight in and high palm. If they go to this side, I can go view and attack. I could do the exact same thing. It just uses more energy. You're doing this, it's gonna make your bicep curl up. Okay? So that whole goal of it, having it in here, at this point, that's Crane's Beak Fook. Why do I call it Crane's Beak Fook? Because I have a background in Crane Kung Fu. There's the feather method. There's the Crane's Beak. Go to a home guard teacher and ask them what's up. I have a good friend of mine, Seafood Jacob. I will point him out to you. He'll let you know what's up. Now, granted, some crane people, 2 fingers come up or whatever, they can do this, 2 finger, and even though there are 2 fingers right here, the rest of the fingers follow suit, and there's your Crane's Beak Fook, your Crane's Beak idea. You know, people learn how to strike with this, people know how to butt with this. With the Crane's Feather Fook, they just cover. So, one thing I want you to keep in mind for sure is I'm not trying to teach you crane. I'm not trying to be stupid, and I'm not trying to do something stupid and be like, no. Wing Chun is not meant at any given time to try to be Karate Kidding or go back to Shaolin.